This week on Bloomy in Brisbane, Noel Burdett pops by and shows us how to make a terrarium. Claire Bickle joins us for more edible plants, and I visit Rod Patterson and check out some rare plants.
Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about something that I'm really passionate about, and that's edible gardens. During the warmer months in Brisbane and spring and any subtropical areas in summer, it can be really tricky to keep those salad greens going and even other stir-fry greens such as silver beet, spinach, lettuce, rocket and so forth. The warmer temperatures just make those plants run to flower and seed and become quite bitter. Even if you try and plant them in the shade, it's actually the ambient air temperature that's causing them to do this. But here comes something that just makes it all much better for your garden in the summertime for your edible patch. And that is these fabulous five, or the fantastic five I like to call them, subtropical greens. They might be new to you, you might not have seen them, but they're becoming more and more readily available. And we'll start off with Okinawa spinach. This particular spinach has a very sort of succulent leaf, purple back, grows to around about 1/2 metre high, can be used raw or cooked in stir fries or salads. It's a really tough plant, really fast growing and can be easily grown from cuttings. The next one on my list is the leaf amaranth, and this is a particular variety called Red Callaloo. You can get a red, completely red leaf form, and it is extremely showy in the vegetable patch. Once again, these leaves can be used as a spinach alternative in salads, cooked stir fries. This will get a bit taller, probably about 1 metre to 1.5 metres tall. I also use this when it gets a little bit tough as a bit of a chook food forage plant for my chickens. Next one on my list is sometimes called Ceylon spinach or also Malabar spinach. And there are two forms. There's this red stem form and it is really vigorous. I tend to find that you need a trellis or something for it to grow on. The green stem form is nowhere near as vigorous. Probably the younger leaves are the more attractive to eat. I tend to find that the older leaves can tend to be a little bit rubbery, especially when you're cooking them in stir fries. They have an unusual texture. This plant also gets little tiny pink flowers, and what I find intriguing is that it gets these amazing dark purple seed pods afterwards. And if you go on a bit of a gardening rampage and start pulling this out, you tend to find your hands look like you've been handling mulberries. So I'm keen to have a go at actually using those seed pods as a botanical dye. I like to get into a bit of botanical dyeing and see if that actually fixates the cloth or material I'm using. Next on the list is another one called Surinam spinach. Once again, a very succulent plant. You find that a lot of these plants have succulent foliage, and that's what keeps them going through our hot weather. This one, once again, raw, cooked, stir fries, salads, gets a beautiful dainty little pink flower, no more than about 40 centimetres high, and I would have to say this is probably the toughest plant that I have in my edible garden. It just grows all year round and once again easily grown from cuttings. Last in the fantastic five subtropical edible greens is another little one called Brazilian spinach. This is actually an Alternanthera, and a lot of you might be familiar with that as an aquarium plant, and you also, we've seen it in a lot of nurseries over the years as a very hardy ground cover rockery plant. This particular species though tends to have much more succulent soft leaves, only grows to around about 20 centimetres high, makes a great edging plant in the edible garden. Grown from cuttings easily. Once again, you can eat it cooked, raw, salads, whatever you takes your fancy, where you're trying to find an alternative for lettuce and rocket and plants like that during the hot weather. You can plant them all year round, so it doesn't matter whether it's autumn or winter. You can get these into the garden and start enjoying some leafy greens during our hot weather.